guys, my name is Diane and welcome to Di's Crafty Corner. Today I'll be sharing with you my piece for the Oh So Inspired collab for the month of September. This piece came to us from Joni, I believe it's Joni, and it is a fringed heart layout. So this was a scrapbook layout. We'll have the links below for you to go check that out yourself. And I was completely inspired by the paper layering, by just the actual paper layering. Not so much the fringe, but the paper layering. I'm going to be making mine into a romantic, chic kind of Christmas card. That's my idea. I'm going to be taking some papers from my mind's eye. I believe this one is called Sugar Plum. And I'm going to be using a piece of pink cardstock that I think goes with it. And I'm going to be using all the other papers just from that pad. So I'm not exactly sure which ones I'm going to pull. And instead of fringe, I'm going to be using some scalloped edge dies from Fawn. That's what I'm going to use for the treatment on the bottom of my pieces that I'm going to be paper piecing back together. Okay, so I've got my idea in place. I've got my paper, my cardstock. My idea is to cut this white piece of paper with the baubles on it. That's going to actually become baubles on my tree if I can make it happen. Interesting for me this time around, I'm going to be using a 5.5 by 5.5 card. I seldom do that. And here's that lovely paper pad. It's so pretty. It's one of my favorite Christmas paper pads, and this is the last of it. So I'll have to see if I can scrounge one up somewhere. I love how all of these papers go together, and yet they're so soft. Even the reds are very soft. So I'm thinking I'm going to use the baubles for sure. A Christmas print in a teal green and maybe a teal stripe or a pink stripe. I don't know. I do know I'm going to be cutting an oval for the focal point. So our tree will be sitting on an oval, and this set that I'm showing you is the Hero Arts Infinity dies. I love these dies. I use them quite often. Today we're using just the oval one, but I used the largest one to cut my oval for my focal point. I used one smaller to cut my fun foam that I'm adding to the piece. For every layer that you see on the card today, I've added a piece of fun foam. I do get my fun foam from Amazon. I will list it below. I pulled out some flowers and some snowflakes, and I'm ready to sit down and have fun. I'm ready to go for it. I do have an idea on what I'm going to be doing. So here is how the little tree turned out. I think it is so darling. It's so sweet. I just took the pink cardstock. I ran it through with the die to make it scalloped. I added my little bauble paper on top, and I just kept layering it all the way to the top of the tree. And I think it is adorable. And then I added a plain piece of cardstock for a trunk for the tree. So in that pad there was a piece of paper that had like gold stars on one side and pink stripes on the other. I'm going to use that pink striped paper along with a piece of fun foam, and that's what I'm going to add to the base of my card. Normally I use my art glitter glue in the large tip to adhere my fun foam, but I've been having problems with that tube, that glue. I guess I need to clean out the cap. So I'm going to work on that as soon as this video is over. So to just save me a little aggravation, I pulled out my tape runner. I love my tape runner. I don't use it enough, but I do absolutely love it. So we're going to add some tape to the back of this panel, which I have cut 1/8 of an inch smaller than my white top folding 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. Okay, I'm going to attach the fun foam to my piece of paper and that's going to be easy to do because it's been cut a little bit shorter than my paper, so there'll be no worries. And then I'm going to fight with this glue. My favorite glue, by the way, guys. Art glitter glue is my favorite. What's going on with me right now with this glue is not have anything to do with the glue. It is, I put it away without the cap on it. That is exactly the way I found it when I brought it out today. I should have taken the time just to go clean it up and take care of it, but I was in the zone I hate to get up and go do things when I'm in the zone, don't you? So I'm going to fight with this glue. I'll get it on there. We'll get it on, and I'll get it on the card base, and then we're going to move on to the oval, the oval piece. And the oval that I cut out was also from the same pad. They had a pink one and a green paper that all said the same thing. It had like Christmas sentiments and believe and jolly and merry and fa la 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 la, just beautiful Christmas wording. And I cut that out in the oval, and then I took the next smallest oval and cut out my fun foam. So all of this is going to layer up and be beautiful. I love to use the art glitter glue, however, when I'm putting my piece down on my card, and I will go through whatever effort it takes to do that, because that art glitter glue gives me just enough time to move it around and make sure it's as centered as I can get it, or at least looks pleasing to my eye. Does it make it perfect? No, but it makes it pleasing to my eye. And that art glitter glue gives me that moment just to move it around, and I love that. Okay, now we're at that pretty oval. So basically what I did is I just mixed and matched all of these papers, and because they came from the same pad, it made it pretty easy. I didn't want to keep, I wanted it to have a lot of pink, but I wanted there to be enough of another color on there so that you weren't overwhelmed with the color pink, if that makes sense. Do you think I did it, guys? We'll see. Okay, so I'm doing the same process. I'm using the tape on the fun foam, putting it on the paper, and then I'll be using the glue to attach the panel to the top of our card that we've already got going. All right, after fighting with that glue again, we're ready. We're going to put this down on the center of our 5x5 card base that we've got covered in that very pretty pink paper, and I'm just going to press it down with my hands and make sure that it is, you know, steady and going to stay there. Taking a really quick peek look at it to make sure that it looks good and that it's all centered right, and that's what I love about the glue. It just gives me that extra second, right? So now my little tree, I debated whether or not I wanted to put fun foam on the back, and I decided I did. So I cut out a little tree, a little bit smaller than the tree that I have, and also a trunk, and I'm going to just adhere that with glue. I'm not even going to use the tape for that. So I'm going to take my art glitter glue in the small bottle, and I'm just going to add some glue to the fun foam, add it to the back of the tree, and then I'll add glue to the fun foam that's already adhered, and I'll add that to the card base, and we're going to set that right in the center of the green panel, and I think that's going to showcase that tree very, very nicely. So we'll have a little pink popping with the green, and then we'll have the pink of the tree right on top, and I think that's going to be a very pretty balance. So let's see how it looks. It's looking pretty good. I really, really like this project. It was super fun to do. I know I say that every time, guys, but I'm really challenged to do these, and I really enjoy every single month. So you may be hearing that I have a little bit of a hoarseness about me tonight. I'm catching a little bit of a cold. Summer colds are the worst, aren't they? So I'm a little bit under the weather, a little draggy, a little slow. I took some Sudafed a little while ago, and I think I'm actually getting a little sleepy too. But I made a couple of little packages. I wanted to put a couple of packages under the tree. So that same pink and white stripe paper, in the pad they had the green and white, the teal and white paper as well. So I cut off an inch strip, and I made an inch by inch square box, added a little piece of the pink trim that I used on the tree as a box top, leaving it a little bit wider than the original box to make it look like a lid. And then I added a piece of fun foam to just a half of each of those boxes so that we could actually get them to sit on top of part of the oval without being too much fun foam, right? So I'm going to attach those two little boxes on either side of the tree, kind of cattywacked, right? Not like at an angle, not just sitting straight by the tree, because I wanted to give it a little bit of character, a little bit of a whimsy or character to the tree, and I think that that worked very well. So what are you thinking? I think it looks great. I really like this one, guys. All right, so then I pulled out some stars that I had been working on this week on another project, and I pulled out some flowers, and I thought maybe we would try to put mix together a few snow flowers, and yeah, making some snow flowers. No, thought we would mix together a few snow flowers, a few snowflakes with flowers. Oh my goodness. And try to get them to look like a little bouquet up on the top left-hand corner. So I think I'm still adding that last little present down there, and once we get that done, we're going to decide where to put these florals, and then this card will be complete. So I know you guys are fully aware by now about the Oso inspired collab, but you are able to find all the participants in the description box below. You can always see where I am. It says you are here, and you can just click through to the next person. They'll have the same thing. You can click through to the next person, and on and on. And our hostess is Alicia, who is Call Me Crafty Al here on YouTube. So make sure that you go on over, stop by, and tell her hi from me. She's a super sweet hostess who has a heart of gold and just works so hard on these projects for us every month so that they're out and we have all of our information on time to bring this to you. And I'm very appreciative. She's a very sweet lady. Okay, so I just grabbed a few flowers that had kind of the same colors that were in there. I didn't want to drag everything out, and I thought instead of having my normal swirls or my normal laces that I might put with my flowers, I thought these little snowflakes would add a very pretty touch. So I'm going to figure out which snowflakes and which flowers, and see how it's going to look once I pop down the flowers on there. So now I'm just trying to figure out which of these flowers I'm going to be using in what color combo. And I really played around with a couple of combos. I knew that I had wanted to put a pink one and a white one, and I knew that I wanted it to be threes. Twos wasn't working for me. I did like that really teal one quite a bit, and there was a sage green one that went so good with one of the baubles on the Christmas tree, and I had really thought really hard about doing that green one, but in the end I did not. I chose the blue one. I just thought it felt better with the other blue things in the card. So I think I'm going to switch out the green, use a blue, but first let's get our little background. So I've decided pretty much on two of the same snowflakes. And what I think I'm going to do here is I'm looking to see how they're going to look with the flowers on them, and at this point I decide it's not enough. It's not enough white in the corner. I needed something thicker. So the best way to do that was to take two of the snowflakes and butt them up together. So I'm taking a little bit of the art glitter glue and just touching it together, and it'll hold no problem. Also, the art glitter glue that I added on the little bows on the packages did dry very well. I was afraid I would have to take them off and add hot glue, but no, they're spot on. It really worked very well. So I'm cutting off two of my little flake legs. Aw, made me so sad. But now it's going to fit on there perfectly in that corner, and it's not going to be in the way of what we've already glued down. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. I'm committing. That's the hardest part, right? Once you've committed, you've got it. I've committed, it's glued down. All we've got to do now is pick the flowers, and then I'm going to add a couple of those little sprigs that I cut off onto the top where the white flower is, just to give it a little more. And I think it really does. I think it really did turn out pretty cute, if I do say so myself. So let's see. Let's see about the flowers. I really was a little unsure, to be honest, about whether I should even put the flowers on there. and what colors, but I think that the pink and the white just did something for me. And then I think in the bottom or on the top corner, see, I liked it that way. I didn't keep it that way, but I liked that hotter pink, that brighter pink being in there. I really thought it did a little something for the card, but I did choose the blue. I did. I like the blue, the lighter blue, not that one, and that's the one I finally chose. And then I'm pretty sure after that I just go for it. Once you see me turn that card around, I've got it. It's like, okay, that's what it's going to be. I'm still thinking. Sometimes it takes a while, right guys? I had a really pretty flower on my desk that was striped. It had all of the colors that were in this, in the baubles of the Christmas tree. It had all the colors, and it was just striped, and I had thought I would use that. I thought that would be super cute. Okay, I like this. This is the way I finally decided that was the way. So I am not going to chance this with art glitter glue. I found that over time, even just a month's time, the flowers will fall off with the art glitter glue. They will not with the hot glue, so I am going to go ahead and hot glue all 3 of these flowers down. And I'm going to be putting the white one on the green paper because I thought that would help that white to pop. And then the pink and the blue will pop by themselves sitting next to the white, but the white needed to be on the green oval so that it would pop and not get lost with those white snowflakes that we have on there. So I'm going to use a little hot glue for all 3 flowers, and then I'm going to take 2 of those little sprigs that I cut off and set aside, and I'm going to add them right to the white flower, kind of pointing along the shape of the oval, if you will, like they're coming out from that flower, and that's super cute as well. Now what you're not going to see me do on camera is I've also taken my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, and I've used it on all of the pink scalloped pieces on the Christmas tree, on top of all of the flowers, and on the blue and white striped boxes that are gift boxes. And that has added a really sweet shimmery note to our little card, and it's really super sweet. It really is a sweet card. And that was just enough glitter, I think. Absolutely just enough glitter. All right, so I think we are just about done here. I'm trying to look and see what else we need to do, but I think that about completes it, right? No, there's the little sprigs. I did decide, and I told you that already, I did decide to add those little sprigs. I thought they were super cute, and I didn't want to just throw them away. I did think it added to the card to have a few more there. It added to the romanticness of the card, I think. And so I'm going to go ahead and get those down, one on the left and one on the right, and then that will be the end of this card, and I'll show you the close-ups. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you are excusing my voice. Girls, tough one today for sure, but I did want to go ahead and get this filmed and get it up because I fear I'm going to start the coughing in the next few days, and then that would make this video impossible. So I'm filming it early, and if it's really bad, you know, I'll come back and do a voiceover if I'm not coughing. That's my idea. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed the video. You can find the links for all the participants below. You can also find the product links for everything that I've used today that I could find. I will have it linked below in case you're interested in it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's a look at it close up. Isn't it sweet? Oh, I just think it's so sweet. So sweet. And here's the final pictures. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.